So we're going to do one more problem based on mole ratios. So the same reaction that we've been using, but we're going to look at this question here. How many moles of H2O will form from 20 moles of O2? So this is what I have. This is what I start off with. My given is always the first thing I want to put in a problem like this. Now I want to multiply by a conversion factor. So you're talking about O2 and H2O. So first let's write the two mole ratios of O2 and H2O. So something to keep in mind in a chemical equation. These types of problems, the mole ratio, it can refer to the reactants and the product side. So you can cross over. It's not just the reactants or just the products. So if I'm looking at O2 and H2O, the two possible conversion factors, I either have 6 moles of O2 for every 4 moles of H2O, or I can flip-flop that. 4 moles of H2O for every 6 moles of O2. One of these conversion factors you will use for this. Which one do you think you will use? Remember the phrase, what you want goes on top. How many moles of H2O will form? You want moles of H2O, so you want to choose the conversion factor that has H2O at the top, because you want H2O. And when you choose the right one, you'll find out that what you're given with, what you have, will be at the bottom, so it will cancel out. So I'm going to choose this conversion factor, 4 moles of H2O for every 6 moles of O2. How you do the math can be a little bit up to you. I like to multiply everything on the top, then divide by the bottom. Remember, there's that imaginary 1 right there, right? So first, our units cancel because moles of O2 is on the top here and moles of O2 is on the bottom there. So then I can just do 20 times 4, which is 80, and then 80 divided by 6 is 13.33333. Something to keep in mind for all scientific calculations. Even if your answer is 13.33333 and the 3's go on, you just have to round. So we will get to a specific way of rounding at some point this semester, but for now, just know that you always want to round to a decimal. Don't put a fraction in there. You don't want to put 13 1/3. That's wrong. 13.3. And what are we left with? We're left with moles of H2O. And that will answer our question. How many moles of H2O will form from 20 moles of O2? 13.3 moles of H2O will form. In the problems you get for homework, they will be a little bit harder than this. Just keep in mind you have all the tools to answer these problems. It all comes down to dimensional analysis.